Anshakapadurubhascha kripasundabhevacha patitanam pavanibhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna, Rupa Chintamani, Hare Krishna, Anakul Seva, Hare Krishna, Vilas Manjari, Hare Krishna, Pavasandi, Hare Krishna, Luca, because you're using Luca's iPhone, Soumya Mai, Hare Krishna, Shamahini, thank you for everything. Sham Bhakti, fantastic. Can't see everybody. I'm on my phone. Let's see. Shamahini, can you hear me?
Yes,
Oh,
Maharaj.
wow.
Sorry.
Lucas' iPhone led to a whole band full of Sankirtan devotees. Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you, Shamahini. I sound okay?
Maharaj, it's a little muffled. The sound is a little muffled.
Muffled, eh? Okay, hold on. Let me try something else. Something's gonna be the best. 1 second. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's better.
Really, that's funny. Okay. Shall we commence?
Yes, Maharaj, please.
Hare Krishna.
Anshakapadurubhascha kripasundabhyevacha patitanam pavanibhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you, everyone, for joining. These calls are meant to inspire us all as part of the global team. And from the earliest days at Naimisharanya, and since time immemorial, it's been process for those who are concerned about the world's welfare to gather together and discuss what can be done. It should be intolerable to us that people are suffering when there's a root cause to the suffering that can be uprooted, and that we have medicine that is effective. So I congratulate all of you who have joined this call out of that sense of compassion, otherwise known as paradukatuki. We suffer for the suffering of others. And what's more, as Prabhupada mentioned, 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, sages in Naimisharanya, Vaishnavas come together to strategize. 6 Goswamis had an agenda to expand Lord Chaitanya's teachings around the world so they'd be available to everybody. And we have the task of coming together to remember Srila Prabhupada's mission, legacy, and seeing what we can do with whatever resources we have to continue and make it widely available to people in the world. It's obvious that Prabhupada wanted books distributed. It's indisputable. Although people have tried to dispute it before. When I was writing our family business, somebody sent me something they were writing which claimed that Prabhupada wasn't really interested in book distribution. He wanted just a little bit of Harinam and a few magazines distributed, which made me lose sleep for about a week. I started bringing this topic up to senior godbrothers who I was interviewing, and they found it laughable. Because everybody that was with Prabhupada when he was on the planet knew that his heart and soul was fulfilling the order of his spiritual master, which in part was, if you ever get money, print books. And we really haven't distributed that many books yet. We're doing what we can with what we have. But just as Prabhupada was doing what he could with what he had when he was in India, started the League of Nations, and there was a fledgling attempt to start the Krishna conscious movement. He even thought about starting it in Japan when he got invited there, and that didn't work out. But then, because of his persistence, there came a time when it broke loose for him. And there will come a time, because of our work together here on these calls, painstakingly showing up and going on encouraging devotees in times when people say, oh, let's do something else, or I'm tired, I'm bored, blah, blah, blah. We go on as a leadership team in the world to emphasize what's most important. After all, we only have a few minutes in this life. In cosmic time, we're here for a few seconds. We might as well do some major damage to the Kali Yuga while we're here and go down in history as faithful followers to my great Saint Bhaktivedanta Swami. What are the distinction would one want on one's gravestone or to be remembered by? Except for we came out swinging for the fences and did everything possible while we had breath in our body to expand the Krishna conscious movement together as a cooperative effort. I'm deeply touched by all of you coming here today from various regions of the world. It just feels so right to me. And I'm so grateful to all of you. So we have Bhadra Purnima coming up. We have another run at this. It's exhilarating. It's also tapasya, but it's the kind we're always waiting for, the kind that connects to the parampara and is highly authorized. So Today we're eager to hear from the devotees, just the vibration coming from your hearts, enthusiasm you have to expand the distribution of Srimad Bhagavatam, your plans, any questions you have, we can all share together. And I'll check in with Shalmohini to find out what the order of events are. I'm a little disadvantaged because I'm driving to a program right now. I'm on my phone. Yes, please go ahead.
Marge, we can start with Vilas Manjari, Devidasi. Vilas Manjari, would you like to share an update from Australia?
Yes, thank you. Hare Krishna, Vaisheshika Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances and obeisances to all the devotees here. It's so nice to hear your words. I know you're in a car on the way to a program, but just to hear, like we do this year after year, and we do face our ups and downs, our times we feel supported, our times we feel like we're facing a lot of criticism. Why are we doing this? And it's really, really nice just to hear your mood and inspiration to keep us going and serving our Guru Parampara's mission to distribute these books. I have 2 or 3 things to share. First of all, we've had some great, fresh, young, new faces join our team. And that's always really inspiring. I find the senior devotees give the stability and the younger devotees give the energy and the enthusiasm. And we've had a few new teams come forward and join us and start to try and distribute Srimad Bhagavatam and share their stories and photos with us. I have one of those teams with us now. They're on their way to Harinam. But first, before I introduce them, I'm just going to show some photos I put together from the last month, mostly from our new team. So I'll just share the screen. Why is it working when I press? Oh, there it is. Share screen. Okay. Hopefully you can see this in the car, Vaisheshika Prabhu. What's happening? Yes. Let's see. Okay, can you see photos in front of you? Is the screen share working?
Yes, we can see.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so the first photo is actually from Brisbane. Oops, we'll go back a step. Oh, hang on, taking through the whole slideshow. Okay, this is Dayal Gauranga Prabhu in Brisbane, who joined our team in the last month. And he's been out distributing books on the streets of Brisbane and sharing his news. So that's great to have him on board. And then we have a new team has just appeared from New Govardhan. We have Lucas and Tom here. So Lucas, I believe, is in the saffron. Tom is in white. Am I correct? Anyway, I'm going to introduce them in a minute. And there's 2 more in the team. And they've been out on the streets of Byron Bay. They just jumped on board. They've been doing book distribution, Harinam. And now they've started trying to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam. And here they are at the beach distributing a set of Srimad Bhagavatam, along with a lovely container of Maha milk sweets from New Govardhan Farm. And I believe this will be on the Gold Coast, doing Harinam. They're on their way to Harinam now. And they shared this story. Maybe they can tell more about it, but this is Randall that they met on the streets 2 weeks ago. He came over and gave a $100 donation, took some books. And this is Randall yesterday, receiving his set of Srimad Bhagavatam in his home with the devotees installed for him. So I'm going to cross over to that team. Let's see, I'm going to stop sharing. And Lucas is here on his phone. There's 5 in the car on their way to Harinam. Would you guys like to, sorry, not guys, devotees, please. Would you like to just introduce yourselves, tell us a little bit about what you've been doing and any questions or anything like that, you'd like to ask Vaisheshika Prabhu? Yeah.
Okay, back on the screen. Hare Krishna, devotees. Hare Krishna Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Please accept our humble obeisances and all glory to Srila Prabhupada. Um, I'm Bhadra Lucas, originally from England, and I met the devotees in Sydney. Eventually came up to New Govardhan, and then from there I've been staying there for 2 years. Recently, I've just been at the ISKCON Soho temple after traveling through India. So that's kind of where I got inspired to distribute the Bhagavatam, because there's very many amazing brahmacharis there who's distributing the Bhagavatam. Um, Especially one of your disciples, Mathura Kripa Prabhu, the Sankirtan leader there. He was very inspiring, and he was sharing some of your encouraging words, Maharaj. So you've been very encouraging. So thank you so much for that. And then this is Bhakta Noah in the middle there. How long have you been?
I've been at New Govardhan for 5 months now, in the Brahmachari ashram, and some of the senior devotees there, they took Tom and I out on book distribution and bought us, and we also learned a lot from Vaisheshika Maharaj on his courses online, and we've tried to apply that, and yeah, we've been doing book distribution slowly more and more, and now since Lucas has come back, we're going out up to 5 days a week doing books, and then 2 days on Harinam. Yeah, and then this is Tom.
Hi, back to Tom. I've been staying on New Govardhan for about 1 year, in the Brahmachari ashram, and we're going out on books and Harinam regularly. And it's nice to have Lucas come back and fire us all up and teach us different things about book distribution, and also, yeah, we're inspired to try and get more young people to join the ashram and join this movement to continue spreading Krishna consciousness throughout Australia and the world. And yeah, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah, so some of the stories with the Srimad Bhagavatam, Chitralekha Mataji, she asked us to set a sankalpa for distributing the Bhagavatam here. So we set a sankalpa of trying to distribute 10 Srimad Bhagavatam sets by the time it gets up to the Bhadra Purnima. So after setting the sankalpa, then we were more inspired and inclined to, let's do this. So we asked a few of the devotees and the Govardhan if they could make any sponsorships, which then infused us to be able to give out some of the Srimad Bhagavatams. From the sponsorships, it just meant then that we felt we could give them to people who are naturally inclined to it, that might not have been able to give, the full price of what we were asking, which is $300. So the first picture that was actually a surface paradise. He was called Kush. He was Nepalese Prabhu, and he walked past and he said he actually wanted to learn Sanskrit eventually when his kids grow up. So we kind of said this would be perfect for you to learn. You have grown up with this culture. Please accept these books into your home and read them with your children, and you can have them for free. We have had them sponsored, so you can just make a donation of whatever you like. And he eventually gave $108 donation, which was nice of him, and he went home with them, which was very nice. And that was then Noah and Tom, they were pretty inspired. They were like, oh, this can be done, because they haven't seen any Srimad Bhagavatam going out on the streets before. And after being in Soho, I seen them, the guys would just give them out almost every day on the streets there. So I was like very happy that we could do it also in Australia, because also I was kind of coming back here a bit like, oh, I don't know whether this is possible here, some doubts in my mind. So that was pretty amazing. And then from there, the second picture was a Bhakta on the farm who just joined the Krishna Pad, which is like a 3-month course into Krishna consciousness. He's coming to Mangaladi every day and things like this. He also gave a donation, and we installed that into his room in the Krishna Pad, and he's reading yesterday 100 pages. So he's very much keen on reading Prabhupada's books. So that was very powerful. Would you like to share some of the story with Randall, because you met him?
So Randall, we met in a park at Byron Bay by the beach, and he was an elderly man just sitting there smoking cigarettes, minding his own business, and we approached him to ask, how is he doing, and I was inquiring on his spiritual journey and showed him the books that we had, and he seemed very interested. And after giving him just a couple of books, he was happy to give a $50 donation. So I continued distributing books around the area, and then later, as I was walking past, he said to me, "Oh, I've been doing some prayer," and he said, "I want to give another $50 donation to you." He said, "I've got this voice inside my stomach. I call it the knowing, and it's my inner guidance. It told me today to come to the beach and read a book, but I don't have a book to read, and I don't usually read." So he just was sitting there at the park, and now he took 2 books, and he gave another $50 donation. So I gave him another 3 books. So he has 5 books to read at the beach today after being guided by this inner voice. I took his number and stayed in contact with him. I told him about Sri Bhagavatam and the farm at the New Govardhan. He can come and visit. But he was traveling around. He actually lives like almost 3 hours north of Byron Bay in Ipswich. So he wasn't able to take Sri Bhagavatam with him that day. But we followed him up yesterday. Lucas had the idea to call him and see how he's doing, see if he still wants the Sri Bhagavatam. And yeah, he was very happy for us to drive to his house and install the set. And he gave a very generous donation. So yeah, he said it was a once in a lifetime experience that made his life. He was really happy to have us there. And we were sitting deer time for about 40 minutes in his room. It's in a small caravan in the caravan park. Yeah. So it was quite an amazing experience. And we've already had 6 sets sponsored now since we've been on this mission, the Bhadra campaign mission. So it's been good. We're going to keep trying to get more Bhagavatam sets out, and we've been getting more and more other books out as well. So yeah, we're on a mission.
I did have a question, Maharaj. It feels like the enthusiasm has been given by the devotees in the Solar Temple to me, and then we're encouraging each other. But how do we remain this enthusiasm? Because I know also it could be like enthusiasm can be short-lived. Sometimes you can feel a burst of enthusiasm, but you hear devotees would even like eventually stop distributing books or stop trying to give big for Prabhupada. So how do we keep this enthusiasm distributing the Bhagavatam?
Yeah, your energy is very powerful. Your sincerity in distributing books is noteworthy, and you'll get blessings from all the previous acharyas and from Lord Chaitanya himself. So please continue using your youth to do this. Regarding staying enlivened, it's important to employ the same vigor reading Prabhupada's books as you do distributing them, equal parts. When we met Prabhupada, we were a young team like you, 1973, and we were telling Prabhupada our scores just like you're telling now. And he looked at us and he said, "You must also read my books. I've not given them just for selling. I've given them for you to read, become pure devotees, and go back to Godhead." So just try to imagine the kind of energy Prabhupada put into writing his books, and try to put the same kind of energy into reading them at the same time, because the books themselves are from the spiritual world. Tadvag visargo janataga viplavo yasmin pratish shlokam avadyavatyapi. And they instill that kind of enthusiasm directly from the spiritual world. So take shelter of them, study them deeply, read them all the time, read them in the car, read them whenever you get the chance. Remember how Prabhupada did it writing them. And it'll always amaze you to hear the purports and the verses, and in that amazement, you'll always stay enlivened to want to distribute them to other people. Hare Krishna. And stay in good association. That's why we have the calls, so everyone have association together. You're doing wonderfully, and please keep up the great work.
Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Thank you. We're going to be thinking of you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. And I'm going to allow time for Fiji and New Zealand also, but it's so enthusing to hear from these devotees, and really wish them all the wish them all the best. I will just mention in regards to reading on this side of the world, through Sydney Temple, there is a Bhakti Vaibhava course about to start for Srimad Bhagavatam, beginning a deep study from Canto 1 to Canto 6, and it will last for 5 years, and it's starting next Thursday on Zoom. If anyone wants to join, you don't need to have a previous certificate if you're not doing the study. If you're not doing the exams, you can just join and just message me if you need more information. Okay, the rest of Australia, they're on their way. The biggest obstacle is just not having the sets yet, which are arriving in stock middle of this week, expected. But everybody's on their way, have about 20 to 30% of their way towards their goal for Srimad Bhagavatam. And the Swagatam Krishna, welcoming Krishna into your home, has kind of been a big success actually while we're waiting to actually get set. So thanks to ISKCON West Sydney for that idea. It's been shared around the devotees in Australia, and down in Tasmania they're doing it, and others. It's helping them overcome that challenge of not having the physical sets. So that's all from Australia, and I'll hand over to who is next.
Thank you very much. Amazing report and really well done. And now we have Baba Sundhi, who's reporting next.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. There's a hard act to follow, just seeing so much in live inspiration out there. Yeah, so I'll just share a couple of photos. So this is from a, oops. Can you see the photos, or is there pictures in the middle of the photos? Oh, here we go.
Now we can see the one photo
Okay,
of
yeah.
Bhagavatam at the altar.
Yeah, so this is from our team in Dunedin. So last year they did 2 sets, and this year, so this is like right at the bottom of the South Island. It's very cold down there. They have a very small community, but it's a beautiful kind of family mood down there. So Krishna sent me these photos. They had a goal of distributing 2 sets, and they've already distributed those 2 sets. They did some installation programs at a new Bhaktin's house. So so people that are just coming along, not initiated, don't have Srimad Bhagavatam, they're starting off with those devotees within their circle, within their influence. So they've done a couple of sets so far, and they're canvassing via WhatsApp and different varieties of ways to families that their children may go to their kind of Krishna Kids Sunday School, those kind of things. So yeah, very excited to have them on board this year. And this is a photo from the Brahmacharis had a small little traveling Sankirtan team when they were this big orange bus behind them. That's always on the go. But they had a break from university cooking and went on a marathon, did a couple of sets. This gentleman here, he'd had a couple of Srila Prabhupada's books before and just absolutely loved them. So yeah, this time met the devotees and took a full set of Srimad Bhagavatam, and basically as many books as he could. And yeah, the devotees in Wellington as well, they're having a strong community Sankirtan Day once a month. Somya Mai, she's one of the ones heading it up. I think she's here today. So taking Srimad Bhagavatam out on the street, and just meeting as many people as possible. We've had about 3 centres. When I've been asking centres how they're doing, 3 of the centres have said they're actually very short on kind of manpower at the moment, and lots of other services. So all of those centres actually asked for blessings to be able to achieve their goals. Sometimes in New Zealand it's very slow meeting people. We've got more sheep than people, and my daughter told me the other day, I can't remember how many more times possums than people, but 6 times more possums than people in New Zealand. So we've got a lot of wildlife and not many people. So yeah, we have to be very sensitive by our presentation of Srila Prabhupada's books, because we're meeting the same people again and again and wanting to leave them with a good impression. So yeah, we have quite a gentle approach here. And then this is the beautiful, I think the devotees in London created this beautiful thing here, which is the BBT has sent out to us as a pamphlet, which we're in ISKCON Auckland, we're having a Bhadra booth. We're having a few things coming up. We've got a Krishna Mela, which is, we have like a festival the week before Janmashtami. So we have lots of different stalls, and we're going to have we'll have the book table there as usual, and also we're going to have a Bhadra booth. So one of the things we've been doing on the book table recently, Krishna Chandra Prabhu, one of the temple managers, he had this idea to put the book table out in there's a tent before you come into the entrance of the temple, and alongside the books have a devotee there with tilak to attract people to come over. So people come over, everyone sees the tilak and they want to come over and get some tilak, and then straight after the tilak, it's attached to the book table, so it's a very easy way that people can't avoid because they're already there. So we've got people signing up for courses and taking books. So that's been that's increased the book distribution quite a bit actually. And so as part of our Bhadra booth on Krishna Mela and Janmashtami, we'll have tilak and gopi dots for kids. So while the kids are getting gopi dots, then we talk to the parents, and we have the Srimad Bhagavatam on display. We have a beautiful kind of advertisement behind it, board with different pictures on it from this pamphlet, and then the pamphlet there. And the basic idea is to get people to sign up to take a Srimad Bhagavatam set on Bhadra Pranim itself. It's a little bit difficult. People have to. It's difficult to give Bhagavatam sets on Janmashtami because people often have to take a bus because we're a bit short on parking. So the idea is to sign up people to take sets on Bhadra Pranim, and then on the Bhadra Pranim day itself, then we have a yagya in the temple, and because we're very fortunate it's a weekend, there'll be lots of people there. So hopefully those people who have already decided to take sets, it'll encourage other people there to take sets as well. So that's how things are going in our basic plan. But yeah, all of the centers are asking for your blessings that we can achieve our goals. Yeah. And Vaishek, you're muted.
Excellent report. And I love the innovation. Oftentimes when the circumstances change, and they always do eventually, and at those times, when we innovate, we often find ways to do things that were better than before. I loved how you're using the tent and the tilak and the books, that principle of innovation, that people come attracted to one thing, they go deeper because of your arrangement. It's something Srila Bhaktisiddhanta did. He held fairs. On the outside, there were cotton candy and rides, and as you got closer inside, you had Bhagavad Gita and Kirtan going on. It's very feasible that through your book distribution there, you can cover the whole country. You seem to be well on the way to doing. Great spirit, and thank you very much. Looking forward to being in touch with all the devotees there and praying for your success. You're getting blessings from every direction, so just keep going, and Lord Chaitanya will make miracles happen, guaranteed. It happens automatically by his mercy. It says Kaviraj Goswami. He's so merciful that if you just try to serve him, his mercy will come pouring out to you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Jai New Zealand. So now we're coming over to our leading indicator country, Fiji, and Rukmini Mohan, who's carrying the flag there so valiantly. innovating every year and getting more and more devotees involved in distributing Prabhupada's books. Tell us how it's going over there, Rukmini.
Krishna Vaisheshika Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, and all glories to our dear Vaishnavas who are present here. So I got some slides to share. So our PG pledge for this year is 20 sets actually. And this is how the spread looks like. ISKCON Nursery 3, ISKCON Singatoka 3, ISKCON Nandi 1, Ba 1, Lautoka 1, Navua 1, Institute, PG Institute 1, and ISKCON Suva 8, and ISKCON Tavua 1. So we've had a little bit of success along the way. We are on 5 at the moment. And last time when we met, we were on Sunday, we had Jagannath Snan Yatra, and we promoted Shrimad Bhagavatam during the Snan Yatra and the Sunday Love Feast. It coincided with the Sunday Love Feast. And we had a Bhakt Kavish here. When we promoted Shrimad Bhagavatam, Bhakt Kavish, he took a set, and he's interested in Krishna consciousness. So we are following up with him. I'm getting in touch with him so that Prabhu becomes a very nice, devotee in our movement, and perhaps in the future he'll also be able to distribute books as well. So Bhakt Kavish took a Bhagavatam set, and this is here in the second main island of Fiji. Our senior devotees, they went to do program there. Fiji has 2 main islands. So this is on the second main island. And His Grace Vishnath Prabhu and his family, his father, Jairam Prabhu, they went there for an outreach program, and they displayed Shrimad Bhagavatam there as well. In front of the deities. You can see here in the small circle on the far top right, the Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra deities, and we had the Shrimad Bhagavatam placed there. And the program was very well attended, and at the end of the program, I think it was a 3-day program, and the family decided to take the Shrimad Bhagavatam set. So the picture at the bottom is His Grace Jairam Prabhu distributing the set to the family. So this is the outreach program. We are trying to, as part of our outreach program, we are promoting Bhagavatam sets as well. And this is by one of our devotees. She's recently has completed her studies and become a qualified medical practitioner, doctor. Dr. Guru Seva Mataji. So Mataji, whenever she goes on her rounds in the hospitals, she keeps books with her. Actually, she's been distributing books at work in the hospitals. And this is one of the nurses there. She spoke with her about Srimad Bhagavatam. And this particular nurse, she decided to take a copy of Srimad Bhagavatam set. So this is one of the ways we're also trying to encourage our book distributors and the general congregation members as well, that if they could promote Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam to their colleagues, work colleagues. So we are encouraging participations in these various ways. We are encouraging members, if they don't have personal or family set, that they could purchase Srimad Bhagavatam for their regular reading and spiritual enlightenment. And they could also give a spiritual gift. Spiritual knowledge is the highest form of charity. We're trying to encourage that they distribute Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam to their loved ones as spiritual gift, which is really going to change or transform their lives, as opposed to some material temporary gift which does not last or endure long. And then Shraddhan, they could, if any family would like to contribute to in the memory of their beloved departed soul, they could basically donate a set as a charity to any recipient person or organization of their choice, such as school libraries, and Shastradan for those who would like to get the youths in these chaotic days on the right path. They could basically sponsor Shrimad Bhagavatam to the school. So youths interested in Krishna consciousness or spiritual consciousness. And the last one was where Guru Seva Mataji she was, promoting Shrimad Bhagavatam to her colleagues, nurses and doctors. So we're also encouraging our congregation members that if they can basically talk to their colleagues, their workplace, and basically encourage them to take Shrimad Bhagavatam. So these are the ways we are trying to encourage people to participate in the Bhadra campaign. So we are on 5 at the moment. We've still got 15 more to go, but I'm hoping that with Lord Chaitanya's mercy and Vaisheshika Prabhu, mercy of all the good Vaishnavas such as yourselves and others present here, that we are able to do well in this campaign. And may Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sign the check for all of us. Thank you.
Hey, Krishna Rukmini Mohan, fantastic. I love how you give all these options. This is really well thought out, what you're doing. Because when devotees have an entry level, whatever way they can contribute, it always leads to more. One thing leads to another, and this is Krishna's method in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, always think of me, just be fully absorbed. If you can't do that, then practice the regulations. If you can't do that, then work for me. If you can't do that, then just be charitable. If you can't do that, etc. And I love how you give gradations so everyone can be involved in this auspicious activity. And it's amazing, Lord Chaitanya put you there on that point on the planet where it's your palette. You can use your creativity to expand Krishna conscious movement, and the seeds that you're planting there will grow. Every book that's distributed, we always move on because we're looking for more, but whatever you've done so far and whatever you're doing now is going to bear fruit. And we don't know exactly when, we just know it will happen. So fantastic work, and thank you very much for your always welcome and enthusiastic presentations and presence. Hare Krishna. May you smash all your goals. You'll
Hare
definitely
Krishna.
smash
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Now
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
we're going over to Japan. Are you, Rupa Chintamani, Prabhu, are you going to be speaking on behalf of Japan?
Hare Krishna, dear Guru Maharaj. Please my Dandavat Params. Yes, Maharaj, I will try to update whatever update we have. So actually we started on this campaign just last week, so we don't have much update on it. But I just wanted to share the poster we made a few days back. So I'd like to share the poster with you.
Please. Dozo.
So yeah, this is the poster we have made yesterday. I mean, sorry. So in Japan, we have actually a lot of challenges because nobody speaks English here. The people speaks mostly in Japanese, and we have less English speaking people, and we do not have the Bhagavatam in Japanese. But anyway, we are trying our best. So the strategy we have planned so far is this year, our goal for Japan is our slogan actually. We are thinking that every devotee or each devotee, they should distribute at least one Bhagavatam set. So we said that as our mission statement for this year. So that is one thing, and we are also targeting different different groups, Indian groups and other groups from other country. So we're trying to reach them out. And in the Sunday Feast lecture, we are trying to focus in this, and in Kirtan Mela, we are trying to focus this campaign as much as possible. And we have some outreach programs or preaching programs. So we are also trying to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam sets over there as much as possible. So I hope our next meeting, I will try to give you more update on this. But I just want to share some of my realization from this esteemed devotee association. So Guru Maharaj was saying about the painstaking work from Srila Prabhupada. So I was remembering the shloka from Chaitanya Charitamrita. It mentioned as মহন্তের স্বভাবে তাড়িতে পামর নিজ কার্য নাহি তবু জানো পর ঘর মহন্তের স্বভাবে তাড়িতে পামর নিজ কার্য নাহি তবু জান পর ঘর. So I was thinking that Srila Prabhupada, he was actually full with Krishna in Vrindavan, but he went out from there and he went to every corner of the world to distribute the Krishna Prem. And by following his footsteps, our dearest Shripad Vaishika Prabhu, he is doing the same and he dedicated his life. So I was remembering this sloka from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.7.7 that immediately when I hear his message today in the beginning of this class, I felt that it helps me to develop loving devotional service to Krishna. And essentially distinguish the fire of lamentation and illusion. And some devotee was asking, I think it was Bhakta Lucas from Australia. He was talking about that, how can we develop enthusiasm? So I was thinking how painstaking work was done by Srila Prabhupada and my Guru Maharaj Sripad Vaishika Prabhu. So this is the best enthusiasm, I think, for us, all of us. And once I remember that His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, he was reporting to Srila Prabhupada that Prabhupada, our book distribution is not going well in India. It was the beginning that time. Then Gopal Krishna Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada said to Gopal Krishna Maharaj that my books are distributed not that because it is full of spiritual content. This is because the enthusiasm of my disciples. So I was remembering that. So I think all of us, we need so much of enthusiasm. And if we see the hard work from Srila Prabhupada and his grace Vaishika Prabhu, I think there are a lot of enthusiasm we can get from from them. And we just need to follow their footsteps. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Guru Maharaj, for this opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Rupa Chintamani Prabhu. Yoroshiku Onegaishimasu.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Give our best to all the devotees in Japan. Hopefully by next year we'll have at least the first installment of the Japanese Bhagavatam ready to go. That is something that will be a shot heard around the world for sure. Very nice, very nice. And I like how each person is going to do at least one Bhagavatam set. Good idea. Now, because of time constraints, I'm going to have to move on quickly. And Ranshore Prabhu, please give us your report.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, and Vaishika Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. It's really enlivening to hear about everyone's Bhadra Purnima results, but I'd like to bring attention to another initiative. Next week is the official Global Youth Book Distribution Day. And I'm exceedingly really happy to announce that there's a lot of enthusiasm from all over the world. Our team originally wanted to make it just a North America thing, but Vaisheshik Prabhu said, no, it should be global. And I see why he said that, because we're getting enthusiasm from everywhere. Several Australian centers have asked for permission to participate. I can tell them now, you don't need permission from us. Please go ahead and participate. But even devotees in Kenya, currently there are some riots in Kenya. And while the youth have been stable for book distribution, I checked with one of them, and he said, yeah, despite the riots, despite whatever political unrest is going on, they're still going to go out next week and distribute books. Here stateside, I've gotten calls from Sankirtan leaders asking how to inspire the youth. So we're really starting to feel the energy and the excitement. Our social media posting is starting to grow, and centers across the world are starting to participate. But with the time I have, I did want to just say one story about how special initiatives like this, which even our campaigns fall under, do help implement book distribution mainstream. So I'm currently in Nashville, Tennessee. Right now, I'm in a different city, but currently in Nashville, Tennessee for my work, just for 3 months. And there's a group of devotees here. It's a little smaller. And when we put out our first flyer, I just put the message in saying, hey, this is going on. I didn't hear back from anyone for a week. But then someone came up to me and said, I think we should do this, but not just have it a youth thing. We should make it a everybody thing. So what we ended up having basically is through this youth initiative, we're basically doing a monthly Sankirtan festival, which is the first for Nashville, Tennessee. There's not a temple in Nashville. There's some things, but this is the first time any sort of mass organized book distribution has happened on the community level, and it's happening through a youth initiative. And we went just to practice last week. We only got 4 contacts. We distributed maybe like 4 or 5 books in about 40 minutes. And I thought it was really slow, but then when I forwarded the contacts to some of the devotees, they were really excited because they had never ever gotten that many contacts because they hadn't really gone out so much, at least in my knowledge, they haven't. So it shows that just special initiatives like this can help make long-term impacts with regards to making Sankirtan mainstream and showing the benefits of Sankirtan, how it really is the lifeblood of our yatras and how books being the basis of Srila Prabhupada's movement, that activity helps everything else. So yeah, there's a lot of excitement about it, and we really do want to encourage everyone. And yes, I know the Fiji youth are participating. And so yes, we are really excited to have this happen, and we hope that all the youth take advantage of this special initiative. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Ranjorji. To me, it's one of the most important initiatives ever conceived because this is a generational activity. And for a long time, youth seemed to be distanced from book distribution. It was only Harinam Kirtan, and most of that inside. And now, because of your enthusiasm, Krishna's inspired you to bring this initiative forward, and it's already exploding around the world. It's going to become huge. It'll be one of the biggest waves of book distribution anybody's ever seen because of the innovation you were bold enough to carry forward, and you're continuing to work on with your team, doing teamwork. And I couldn't be more happy to see this happening. The youth movement is ripe and ready to go, and this will be a stimulus for it all over the world. You're making book distribution cool for the young people, and that's going to make a huge, huge difference. Thank you very much. We're deeply impressed. I'm deeply impressed. I know everyone is. And to all of you, we have a few weeks. Of course, we don't know how much time we have altogether. This world we're in, the body we're in, is tenuous. We're hanging like a little drop on the edge of a lotus leaf. It could slip off at any time. So now's the time to act. Just stay in the process and stay day to day. Don't worry what you think might happen or can happen, can't happen. Just be in the process. Because we're here to serve Lord Chaitanya and Srila Prabhupada and the Sri Guru Parampara. We don't have to worry about results. We just have to worry about our own sincerity and try to perfect the art of book distribution more and more. And everything will happen by Lord Chaitanya's grace. We're on a track to develop a baseline for the world of 100,008 Srimad Bhagavatams in 1 year. That means that we want to have the capacity, we want to realize the capacity through planning, through our efforts, and mostly by Lord Chaitanya's and Srila Prabhupada's mercy, to, as a movement worldwide, to distribute at least 108,000 Srimad Bhagavatams in 1 year. We're about halfway there as far as capacity goes on average. So a little extra, everybody do one more. Double what you're doing now. And capacity is something that happens one person at a time, one initiative at a time, and then it reaches a point where we realize that we've moved to another level. We can do this. We've already done it. We started back in 1997, no, 97, in 2007, conceptualizing the Bhadra Purnima, and now it's got some momentum. It can take a lot more. There's no limit to how far the Sankirtan movement can spread. It's a transcendental movement, and it's got to reach everybody on the planet. So, as my wife's mother used to say when my wife was a kid and the kids were sitting in the back seat of the car quarreling and fighting, her mother was driving the car. She said, in a minute, I'm going to turn around and swing, and I don't care who I hit. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's impetus was the same. They said, just break open the storehouse. Don't care who's a fit or unfit candidate. We're going to swing, and we're going to keep swinging. We don't care who we hit, because it's up to Lord Chaitanya. Just keep trying and putting your full effort in. And Shamahini, do you have any last announcements?
No problem.
Okay, my deepest gratitude to Shamahini for tirelessly fielding all questions, keeping all initiatives on the plate, in front of all of us, and all the devotees of the MCI team who work tirelessly to make sure that product's going out so we can assist in other ways. Please call us for anything. We'll try to move heaven and earth. We will move heaven and earth to help in any way we can. All hands on deck. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Shri Panchatattva, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Shri Radha Govinda, Shri Shri Radha Gopinath, if you so desire, please empower our global team so that we may work together. Please give us intelligence so we can innovate and find ways to expand the distribution of Srila Prabhupada's books, especially Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, or any other book for that matter. And please send us resources and give us the intelligence how to use them so we can give people of the world the opportunity to drink this nectar of Krishna Katha, chanting Hare Krishna, dancing in ecstasy, and taking Krishna Prasadam. Thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Everyone who agrees with this prayer in whole or in part, please unmute and say Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vanchakalpadurusha Kripasinabhevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Do huge. Hare Krishna. Everything counts. For Premanande Haribo.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.